So, the comments on my last video have actually been majorly supportive of my decision to move away from PGR if Wuthering Waves flops. And honestly, that shit feels good. To clear up any misconceptions, I will still stream PGR from time to time and still use it as background footage for videos until Wuthering Waves comes out. After all, in my last video, I said I won't be making PGR videos if Wuthering Waves comes out a hot steaming pile of Gotham City garbage. Now, with that being said, there is one, maybe two of you that clearly got no clue who I am and what I'm about, like this little fool here. So let me put it to you like this. You ain't gotta actively consume a specific amount of content to still love the memories, gameplay, and design of a character and their story. This still Shoe Gang Nation. We still cooming over Alpha. Anyways, let's move on to the main topic of this video. Y'all know the type of person that I am if you've been with me for this long. And for those of you still here after that whole shebang of a video a couple days ago, you a real one. Stay that way. But whenever I see a problem or a problem presents itself before me, my friends and family know I ain't just gonna sit there and complain and bitch and moan without trying to supply some sort of solution. Now, I know that my words will never reach Kurogames' ear, or that they'll even take me seriously. After all, I'm just a little niglet in New York. But regardless of that, I still have a variety of points and ideas I feel will be a massive improvement to PGR, and helping with the longevity of the game, past the point of Wuthering Waves being released even. PGR has too many good memories and too many joyous times with Alpha for me to wish death upon it. And so, let's just go ahead and dive right into it. But, well, one more thing before we begin. I understand that currently, at the time of this recording, PGR isn't being worked on nearly as much anymore because there's another team with some of the same developers of PGR also working on, funding, and polishing Wuthering Waves. These fixes can come after either a, hopefully, successful launch or at least a couple months after release to get their new game stable. Number one, the first thing they can do about making the game better is fix the goddamn PC client. Hell, fix all the small little glitches the game got in general, you know? Easy, optimization, glitches I know damn well they could fix. And, look, before some computer tech geek gets on my ass in the comments, I admit I got no idea how that shit works, but these are trained professionals who dedicate their lives to trying to make these cool ass games. Don't you sit there and tell me that it would be too much to ask them to fix some shit that's most likely basic. Some of these glitches I actually showed off in my last video. Portions of the map disappearing, assets disappearing, audio glitches, bosses completely breaking the game sometimes. I mean, come on. I know that cramming shit here and copy and pasting shit over there is the easy way out. But goddamn, if you're gonna be releasing these crazy ass bosses, at least make it so that the newer gen characters can't break them so damn easy. And if they already did, at least in future updates and the servers that is not global, then by all means, more power to them. I was wrong. So at number 2, we got adding more permanent content. Now I know most gacha games have their basic gameplay loop. They add on more content via events and then they rotate them out. That's completely normal for a gacha game, but something I would like to personally see is for Kurogames to pull a Hoyo and add in events that can be accessed permanently, with rewards and all. Honkai Star Rail, at least to my knowledge and experience, does this. Now I know we got Cursed Waves and that other weird ass Capriccio event or whatever are permanent additions, at least to my knowledge, but I want something more. The events we get in PGR are usually these dead, cutesy little events that I guarantee the majority of my friends who play the game genuinely do not give a fuck about. Hell, I was literally sitting in the call with my boy Mimic, who was literally hating on whatever event or mission or whatever the hell he was doing, and that motherfucker loves PGR. Look, all I'm saying is, PGR is a fast-paced, adrenaline rush combat game, when it fucking wants to be. So why not add more events that revolve around content in which requires us to fight interesting battles for rewards, but permanently. Let us use our favorite characters we love even more. Let us do everything we possibly can to maximize our playtime with our characters, not start to eventually do the same shit over and over without receiving rewards. like a completed Cursed Waves or fighting 12Ks when you already got the goddamn 10 black cards you get from beating them, without even having them at 12K. Alright, number 3 is a pretty big one. We got make the co-op mode more interesting. Look, guys, you can't sit there and tell me that co-op as it is in PGR is okay. Personally, I feel like it's not, and I feel like it's lacking. Sure, fighting the nightmare co-op bosses for the medals can be fun if you dumb down your characters or use Gen 1 characters in a group while you're all on a call, but that's all this is. 3 people jumping the goddamn boss on some Jujutsu Kaisen shit. Genshin would have had this problem if co-op was only domains, but luckily co-op in the open world can open up a lot of opportunities for creativity. But even then, Genshin's co-op can still be kinda bad and get stale after a while. Something I would love to see is if PGR took a page out of Tower of Fantasy's book, adding a dungeoning system in which 3 to 4 players can play through numerous linear quests attached to dungeons that they could repeat for a variety of different rewards to make looting and character building more engaging. The game could benefit greatly off of this kind of gameplay loop. I would even argue adding something like this in would be able to potentially save the game completely for me. As someone who loves MMOs, I love going through an interesting dungeon with a group of friends and having a grand old time. Another game mode they could add to co-op would be a Bloody Palace type game system, you know, from Devil May Cry. But make it co-op. You and a friend challenge a tower of your choosing, and the both of you proceed to boss rush the hell out of all of the unique, creative, and horrifying bosses that PGR has to present. Having sliders to adjust difficulty could increase or decrease rewards given. A game mode like this would be excellent for people who have maybe 1 or maybe just 2 friends to just chop it up and need something to do. One final thing that could prove interesting is make the damn co-op permanent. Look, if someone knows why some gacha games with co-op be limiting their goddamn co-op, let me know. Why I gotta wait a specific amount of time in the day to play with another live motherfucker. Anyways, there's so many more co-op modes that could be added to make the game more interesting, but I'll digress there. So, at number 4, we got voice just a little more of your story gameplay and revamp your goddamn story. Y'all already rebuilt Wuthering Waves' story from the ground up. Why in the blue hell are you still subjecting players to this absolutely disgusting early game story? It's ridiculous. If I wanted a good story, I would have read a goddamn book. I downloaded this fast-paced fighting game to see a story revolved around the world that this fighting takes place in a cohesive and coherent manner that isn't the complete opposite of the gameplay. Not sit down, read a couple million pages of lore, and then fight in the same copy and pasted small instance to fight the same robotic motherfuckers I am almost 110 million% positive I fought in the last couple 100,067 stages ago. This shit is ridiculous. Don't even get me started on how the story could benefit greatly from actually having more lively models on screen for whoever is talking. And hey, hold up. Before any dumb motherfucker starts complaining about how the game will be bigger if they added voiceless and better models for the story, who gives a shit? Let the game be bigger. There are motherfuckers playing shit like Star Rail, Peak of Combat, and Genshin, and Elder Scrolls Blades on they goddamn phone. PGR can stand to be a little bit bigger. Besides, most of us play on emulators and PCs anyways, so you know what, don't even get me started. Look, I am getting off track. So, the final way that they can improve PGR is fix the UI. Fix the goddamn UI when it comes to navigating the damn UI itself. Don't make people click and click and click just to unveil a co-op mode. Like, come on. I don't even have to explain myself here. Y'all already know I'm right. Anyways, that's about it for ways they could make PGR an overall better game in my opinion. I don't think these takes were bad or unrealistic. These are all very much feasible and possible, but I'm always open to opinions and disagreements, so by all means, let me know down in the comments if you made it this far. How do you feel about these ideas, and what do you want to see in PGR? Alright boys, as always, I want you all to take care, and peace.